Every time your silhouette outlines my pupil, pieces of shattered glass crack from my eye pigment and run back to my frontal lobe. My spine revolts from my skin, trying to keep it in, and you mistake it for me being cold. My minimum wage hands look for sales in my pockets, and right away the product is sold. My attitude contrasts my behavior. Instead of being afraid, it becomes cold. And I never meant for any of this to happen, but there's mutiny in the bottom of my belly, and I really don't respect you as a captain. You left me on an island where I was prey to Bengal tigers and cobras, where you never taught me how to survive. You said there was no time for you to teach me meaningless things like what is the importance of a marriage ring, or why I should continue to feed the roots of my knowledge instead of burning down the tree, or why it's so important to dance to my own rhythm because someone won't always be there to provide me the beat, or how to accept support because the only way I'll have balance on my feet. These meaningless things. It's funny how I'm accused of aloofness and individuality. I'm accused of being my own person, and through God is the only way I've gained morality. I'm accused of not telling anyone when I'm hurting. I'm accused of getting internal anger when really I was just flirting. Why did you give way to the sea when you knew you would only contaminate it with oil, when you knew you would abandon it for land, when you knew you would only pay attention to the sky, when you knew you'd get bored of its gentle waves and touch? Why did you give way to the sea when you knew you didn't care about if it hung out with sand or dirt, when all you wanted to do is be proud of its beauty but never contribute, when you knew you would inflict earthquakes in its lungs and cause cracks in its kidneys? Why did you give way to the sea? Why did you give way for me? Okay, well, maybe I'm just not being empathetic. Maybe there's something behind this man who refuses to be a father when he's already a husband and a dad. Man, if this wasn't for my mom, I would have been trash. I can't imagine what she thinks of you. I always hear her repeat, "I can't believe I married you," and I'm like, dang, well, at least you got to pick. I always ask for this man's love. By now I could call him a stranger, but that would be an inferior statement to my past. He won't even stop by when I'm trapped in his mental cast. His lack of concern is like blows of knuckles with brass, and he keeps handing me his ideology, and I keep dropping it because it's transparent like glass, so I'm hoping it'll fall victim to Shatter's hands, and he won't be able to piece it together because he won't know how to survive on an island like I had. He won't know how to build a raft so he can be transported to and raised by the motherland. Every step will be like quicksand with no one to help him get out. So maybe it's better if I pave my own route.